Welcome to Masterpiece Tarot. Here you'll find timeless messages to guide your soul's awakening. If you're here, trust you are meant to be. You can support my channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. These all help support my mission of creating more peace on Earth. I definitely want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed recently. I had a big jump in the number of viewers on one of my videos, and it resulted in lots of new subscribers. So I'm so grateful, not only for the subscribes, but also for all of the comments. I have read every single one of them. I love getting comments. It really helps to increase the vibration here, just builds the energy. So I'm not just reading to like the ethers, they're actually people that are interested in sharing their feedback with me. So it really helps. It feels like this kind of organic living thing that we're co-creating. So I love it. Very cool. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead. We'll jump into a reading now. Thank you, Spirit, for using me as a channel to bring through these messages for the highest good of the collective. We're going to do a you and them reading. I did one a few days ago. It was amazing. I just want to tap in and see what wants to come out today. It might be a similar energy. It might be a completely different thread, right? It might be a completely different strain, group, subgroup. I don't know. There's so many different, I don't know. There's so many different ways that this journey manifests. But there are definitely patterns, right? Definitely universal patterns to it all. All right, collective. We're going to do a you and them reading. We'll see here. What's up? What's going on? You will be on my left, okay? Let's do just a couple more here. You guys, I have had the itchiest nose the last few days, and I don't know what's going on. I'm going to maybe use some grapeseed extract or something and see if I can hit it with a little natural antimicrobial or something. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird situation. I don't know if it's allergies or what. I have a lot of information. I'll let you know. All right. So you are over here on the left. The devil in the upright. And they are a Queen of Pentacles. Okay. You could be a Capricorn. You don't have to be. This can be about addiction, obsession, materialism, right? Like all these different things. Anything that we are attached to in an unhealthy way, that is devil energy. So there's something that you may be dealing with, collective. If this resonates, it might not. But if you're dealing with something that feels restrictive and binding, that you sense is having some type of negative impact in your life, it might be that energy. So this is something we're going to take a look at, okay? And then over here, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. They are in this kind of nurturing, comforting energy. And this is a feminine, earth sign feminine. Doesn't have to be. A bridging energy here. The world. Okay. The world is about closing out a cycle. There can sometimes be a sense of achievement with it, fulfillment, even wholeness. But because it's bridging, I'm kind of inclined to read both the positive aspect and as well the reversal. Okay, so when it's in the reverse, it can be about disappointment, burden, like a sense of emptiness even. All right, so we're reading for you as the devil energy. You're in a devil energy. So you might be going through something where there's a Queen of Pentacles energy who may want to disengage because of this energy that you're in, okay? This person, they might be wanting to disengage from you. Now you might be looking very fondly upon this, and you might be looking as a potential connection as being some kind of an achievement, some kind of fulfillment. They, looking at you in this devil energy, might be less attracted to you than you are to them, okay? You know, they might be looking at that as, ooh, that might be a little disappointing. That might lead to some kind of a burden. So there's a real sense here that you two are experiencing this connection very differently right now. What's a strength in this connection? You have a Nine of Wands. Well, I guess you would both have to be quite strong to be in a dynamic like this. We have a devil who can be controlling, who can be materialistic, and we have a Queen of Pentacles who's very abundant and nurturing. So this is a dynamic where somebody could be taken advantage of. Okay, this Queen of Pentacles is in a position, okay, they are in a position where they could be taken advantage of by you in this devil energy, okay? Yeah. I'm not sure how many people are going to hang on to this reading. I mean, keep watching, but this is just what's coming out, so I'm going to go ahead and read it. Yeah. So, you know, when we say that that you are a devil and they are a Queen of Pentacles, energies are so dynamic, fluctuating, nuanced. There's so many facets to every single person, okay? These are just the main energies that are coming out right now as I'm doing this reading, okay? So we're going to read this as two whole people. Two whole people. This person is expressing one dark facet of self right now. This person seems a little more integrated, okay? That's how it seems to me. So this person, you, may be going through some kind of a, I don't know what, a little moment of needing to face something. Who knows? But, you know, to have this card here as your strength card, this is a card about strength and stamina and resistance. You guys are persevering. You're putting up a fight, a good fight. You know, if this is a connection you want to keep, well, this is great energy to be in. You know, this Nine of Wands. This is a good strength to have in a situation where somebody's, you know, displaying some part of self that's dark and untoward. Challenge in the connection. The Seven of Pentacles. Well, I think here, this is maybe a connection that has developed up to a point, up to the Seven of Pentacles. But it hasn't gone to the 8, the 9, the 10, right? It's, something's grown, but it's just a little shrub. There's a lot more that could be built here. And so the challenge is that this is probably a connection that's going to require some patience, especially because we have basically a Capricorn, which is an earth sign, and earth energy is slow moving, and we have a Queen of Pentacles, which is earth energy, also slow moving. So, you know, this might be a connection where the energy just moves at a slower pace than, you know, with like air energies or fire energies. You know, it could take some time to really see some progress here. It is going to require some patience. What is an energy that is influencing you? Okay, Three of Wands. This is about expansion. It's also about confidence and, again, progress. And so there is a sense here that somebody might actually be working on, you might be working on, whatever this aspect of self is that's connecting with this devil energy. Okay, you're thinking ahead, you're thinking about the future. You're recognizing that if this is going to be an achievement rather than a disappointment, that you're going to have to make some pivotal changes here. You're going to have to expand in some way. And this is sort of like going on in the background of your consciousness, or this is your mindset overall. This is probably why you're now in this energy. You're looking at it, you're actively letting that shadow come up, and you're confronting it. And of course, that can sometimes get a little messy. All right. And in their energy, we have a Queen of Swords. This is somebody who's kind of getting to the point of having had enough. Okay, this is an air sign, feminine. This is somebody who is independent. They're intelligent. They're going to cut off what doesn't serve. Okay, so I think they have been probably feeling a little bit disheartened, disappointed. They might find, they might be considering at this time withdrawing their energy somewhat. Okay, just out of perhaps self-protection or something. If this is really flaring up, some devil part of you is really flaring up, rearing its ugly head. Let's clarify. We will make this not overly long here, but we get a couple. Okay, let's look at the devil here. Let's look at the devil. Clarify. What's this all about? The Page of Cups. Okay. And the Seven of Wands. This is about a wounded inner child. There's a Seven of... So somebody has had to defend themselves in the past, back when they were a young, innocent, young person who naturally had love in their heart. Something was squashed. Something was extinguished or dimmed when this person, when you were a child. Perhaps collective, if this resonates. Tell us about the Queen of Pentacles. Who's this other person? Who are they here? Temperance. This is the Earth Angel. So somebody focused on peace and harmony. Oh, there's the World again. Yeah, they need it, and they are going to be working toward this energy. I think they're going to let anything close out that's going to take them out of this peace and harmony. This is also about alchemizing, alchemy. So, depending on how long this devil energy has been presenting itself within this connection here, I think this Queen of Pentacles may be prepared. There are two options, right? Continue alchemizing this, whatever this stuff is that's coming at you, maybe. Create boundaries with the sword, or let it close out. Maybe you take some space. Maybe you walk away. Because this Queen of Pentacles looks to be somebody who highly values their sound and calm state of being. Bridging energies, the world, clarify what's closing, what's the disappointment, what's the achievement. We have a Page of Swords. Okay. And a Two of Wands. I'm seeing this here. This is a choice point for both people in this dynamic. But with the Page of Swords, this is somebody who's looking closely at the situation. You both may be looking closely at this situation. You over here, okay, the devil energy is looking at this wounded inner child. We see that reflected here in the Page of Swords. And they over here are looking closely at their options. Okay, they're looking at their own values, their core beliefs, what they are and are not willing to do, put up with in life. They're looking at how they can alchemize what it is that they find themselves in here. Okay, the Temperance Angel does have love. They're healing. This is about alchemizing and healing. It's about balance, but it is also about, very much about, peace and harmony. Yeah, so I see though that this is a choice point, but I think because you look like you're looking to do the work with this Three of Wands, we'll clarify. But because you are looking and willing to do the work, to think about the future, to think about how you can expand, okay, how you can get out of this devil energy and move into a place where there's actually growth, because you're willing to do that, because that's your mindset. I think that this person will quite possibly choose to hang in there, okay, especially because they're standing in their power, okay. So they might not be so threatened by this energy that you're in. If they're solid and stable in their own energy, then they can take care of themselves while you go through whatever this is. Okay. And it does seem like the plan is that. It's what I just described. They're going to kind of hold their ground, and you're going to be working on healing these inner child wounds and expanding, growing out of this devil energy. You're going to outgrow it so that you can keep this connection where there could be an incredible achievement. This is the last card in the major arcana. This is the end of the hero's journey. So hang in there, okay? Oh, okay. Nine of Wands. Clear. Ooh, the Star. Yes, that strength, that perseverance, that resilience is going to lead you to the healing that you need, okay? You can't get to the healing if you don't hang in there. If you just walk away, I mean, you can heal on your own, but you can't heal this connection. But if this is a strength in your connection, you're going to heal it. I love it. You can heal it. I'll just say that. Ooh, and the Moon card. There are things that you don't even know need healing that are going to be coming to the light that you're going to be needing to heal. There are things that are going to surprise you. Okay, this might be like some kind of revelation that's going to happen here with the healing and the Moon as a strength in your connection. Because in a connection, there has to be openness, expansion, like we're talking about here, truth with that Queen of Swords. There has to be a willingness to face the shadow. So I feel like this is about really opening up to one another. Okay, collective, it does take a lot of strength to reveal uncomfortable truths. Uncomfortable truths. Not good, not bad, just uncomfortable. All right. We have a Seven of Pentacles here in the challenge to clarify, Spirit. The Tower. Something that you were building is crumbling. We have a King of Pentacles, though. Now that is the counterpart to the Queen of Pentacles right here on their side. You know what I'm getting here? The challenge is letting go of whatever it is that you have built so that you can build something better, something bigger, something more evolved, more evolved. something that is, I don't want to say higher vibrational because pentacles are pentacles, but it's more developed. You're going to be, I think the challenge is, how do you let go of this? How do you allow a tower to crumble? And it could be just in your life or in their life. You know, when you have this kind of strength between you, when you have these plans, okay, when one of you wants to grow and expand and are willing to do the work. It doesn't mean a tower's not going to come in. It's not going to mean you're going to line up on all this stuff. One or both of you might decide this isn't going to work. Let's let this thing crumble. This is faulty. This is wimpy. Somebody new could come in on either side that's better, that's more abundant, that's a better option. This could come after your healing season, collective. This could come for this other person probably a little sooner because they are in 2 queen energies. They don't have to deal with the devil. But this is maybe a source of insecurity in your connection. You know, especially being earth signs. Earth signs like stability. Change can be harder for earth signs than air signs. I mean, this is a generalization, but earth tends to be more grounded, rooted, right? Last couple cards here. Let's clarify the 3 of Wands. What's this cool mindset to do with expansion, growth, looking to the future? Tell us, Spirit. The Hanged Man. Yeah, really, there's a desire to see things from a new perspective. Wow, the Hierophant. Yeah, you might be getting some guidance right now. You might be tapping into your higher self. There might be a sense that you are really recognizing, or your mindset is wanting to align with tradition, with what's right. You know, there's a sense of wanting to move out of darkness. You know, we see that halo around the head of the Hanged Man. Whoops. That glowing aura. Not quite a halo. I mean, it is a halo, but it like goes like this. But this is somebody who is seeking the light. Those are really good energies to have right there. Okay, as the factor influencing the devil, fantastic cards here. Okay, this devil doesn't want to be a devil. This isn't comfortable for this person. This is like a dignified person with the Hierophant, okay, and the Hangman. This is somebody who's willing to do some introspection here. Not afraid to look at it. Even if it slows them down, even if it, you know, takes a little time, causes delays even. And what's with the Queen of Swords over here? This air sign feminine. There's a 4 of Wands and a King of Wands. Yeah, this person's not giving up on this connection. Not yet. That's their mindset is stability, security, happy home. You might already have a happy home with this person. Collective, that you might have this home with this person right here in these cards. They're not giving up. Okay, they cherish and value this 4 of Wands that you've built. Okay, they have passion for it. Okay, there's something creative about this connection that is pleasing to them, and that serves as a container. Like if you were to stick this energy inside of a container, this is the container, this 4 of Wands with a Queen of Swords and a King of Wands. This air sign feminine, this fire sign masculine. So that's discernment, that's passion, ambition. It's really good energy. They just need their peace and harmony. That's all it is about for them. Okay, so you looking at your inner child wounds that are perhaps related to some aspect of self that is up for healing now in the context of this desire for growth, this future-oriented mindset. I think, and also these cards are really nice here. The strength in your connection, star to the moon. This willingness to reveal these deeper hidden parts of self to each other, but also to self. It's like you, collective, doing your healing work over here. I mean, separate from them, but you doing this over here is you, okay, looking at those hidden shadow things and healing them. Having the strength to do it, because it can be very tedious and difficult, tiring, emotional. At least for me, healing is emotional. I love this energy. This really shows a counterpart connection that is going through a little situation where one person is growing and evolving in a big way. They're addressing some deep, big shadows. It's not little stuff like. It's not little stuff. This is big stuff. This is stuff that has a big impact on the overall dynamic in the connection. But I really see that they want to do the work. Okay, you really want to do the work, collective. So, you know, you can always flip these roles, but you, them. All right, collective, let's go ahead. We'll get a couple oracle cards. I think this would be a good time to do it. Any last messages for the collective who's listening here? Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. We're putting it right here where we have this energy of expansion within the connection through truth-telling. And what else? Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. My inner voice. We have a hermit. We have a hanged man. My inner voice. I want to find the one that resonates most. I think it's the Queen of Swords over here. This is somebody who speaks up. They speak clearly. They're assertive. And when you guide yourself correctly, you can guide others correctly. So we'll put that one over there. Let's see, last one here. Relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. That's very beautiful. That is very beautiful. And in this season, in this connection, looks like this person, the devil energy, you or your person, collective, this person is the one who's maybe needing a little more support than this person, okay? But in the long term, relationships go through many seasons, and the scales will always be, you know, shifting. So sometimes hanging in there while people go through tough times is the most attractive thing about somebody else, right? Sometimes your higher good is served by another's support. Okay. But sometimes your highest good is served, or their highest good is served by releasing. That's something to look at. That's definitely a good question to ask yourselves here. Okay, all right, collective. That's your reading. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.